Yo, what up, guys? Bear here, gather and grow. Over here in Green Country, Oklahoma, working on our property, doing these garden beds, right? Yeah, you were all with me last night finishing these two beds. Let's see right there. Yeah. And now we're gonna go ahead and broad fork the circular bed around our pet Johnny's final resting spot. Put some flowers around him, and we'll keep going, making some other cool little spots for growing our flowers here in this little mini paddock. And then after we're done doing a little broad forking here with that circular spot, then maybe we'll go back, finish a trench on that one arced, I guess you can call it, downhill arced garden bed in the back, because we got those two big long curved ones going downhill, because this spot is a hill. This whole piece of property is right on the top of a hill, run off like crazy. And let me tell you too, it's been a huge issue with a horse overgrazing this property for 20 plus years now, I think, like severely in a bad way. The only the only thing that this property's been growing is rocks. And boy, let me tell you, the vigor on some of these rocks, homie. The vigor on some of these rocks. It's like they're going into bolting or stretching this time of year too. For real though, no, it's an issue, and we need to stop the runoff, the erosion. It's bad. Like the very top of the hill is just bald as fuck. And I'm trying to reseed it right now, trying to get things going back in that spot. A little bit of cover crop over there. I probably just need to go ahead and work it too, because it's been compacted from all that stripping, and we'll get it coming back and be a little smarter about how we're moving this horse around without damaging our property the way it is. And honestly, the property's too small for a horse, and then to use this property for any other purpose. It's just not ideal. So there's the reason there's some hay in the winter and even into the spring somewhat, um, because it's just not been done in a smart way to make sure the property can be maintained. So we're going to go ahead, and that's what we're doing, is addressing that issue, those issues like that, right? And make sure that we could make this functional for the family, get some food off it, get some market going with this property, get the income coming. Um, and why not use what you got to make your income? This is what we're doing for our health, because our health is our wealth, right? So if we're already doing this for that reason, why not offer it to others who also are going to need some clean food? Because I tell you, everywhere you go right now, farmers markets are popping. They are going the fuck off. And you know what? Why not? Why not offer something to somebody if they're going to these spots looking for it? Give it to them. Be a producer, right? Isn't it time that we're all done just being consumers? We need to start making some production, putting something back out into the world, into our communities, into the things that matter to us, our families, our friends. You know, you've heard the term, right? Don't shit where you eat. And if you're not taking care of your community, that's exactly what you're fucking doing, man. You're shitting where you fucking eat, dude. Don't do that. You know why? Because you're only hurting yourself. Anytime you're going around being unnecessarily destructive, tearing down people, feelings, emotions, uh, just because you don't feel good and making others feel like a piece of shit, that's not, that's still harming you and yourself, because now you're putting yourself in a situation where no one's going to like you because you're a dickhead, because you can't pull your head out of your ass and realize that everybody's fucking suffering with shit, like never before. We're seeing health problems, we're seeing economic issues, right? And like I said in the earlier video, that your time means so much more now because of the dollar and what's going on. So with all these issues going on, why not put something nice out there? Put some good food out there that people can afford, cuz I tell you what, Not a lot of people are affording a whole lot out there. So not only are we gonna offer things to sell, but we are donating. We are donating, and the people that know us, that have known us long term, know that's what we do. Is whether it's food, whether it's medicine, because yes, we are also cannabis growers, right? And that's also for my health because not a lot of people know, but I've had injuries that took me to the pain pill, and the pain pill took me to Wham Bam Town, and I was headed southbound on Wham Bam Town on Wham Bam Avenue for a good fucking while, and found myself needing to, whether I whether I could at the time or not, I had to get off the pain meds because the pain meds had me. I didn't have them. Yeah, they had me right in the palm of their hand. They did, and I gotta tell you, it's a cozy spot to be in, because you feel safe, you feel warm, and you feel all tingly all over, like everything's perfect. But everything's not perfect. You're dying inside. You're killing your relationships. You don't even understand it because you're so fucked up in the head that you can't even see what you're doing. So that's I guess coming back around again to say that's why we're doing what we're doing. Good food, good health, and not having to turn to things in life that are more destructive than productive. Yeah. So finish these beds out, get some water diversion going. We'll see where today takes us, guys. Let's get some flowers down for John, and then we'll move on. Bear out. She done. Um, got to get it covered up. I'm gonna get me a load of leaves to get her covered up, and yeah, well, I gotta get some compost down too, don't I? Yeah, you caught me slipping, didn't you? Yep, compost, and then we'll start getting our covers addressed. Um, I almost consider the leaves as a part of the soil in my preparations because it turns into it real fast. That's why I like to get the hay on top, and it helps me also monitor the activity. If I see things progressing at a certain pace with the decomposition, then I know I need to start adjusting the things that uh, I need to address in these soils in each bed. So for me, it's a little bit of an indicator. I like to use it a lot. All that leaf mulch. It's kind of fun too to watch that stuff break down. But either way, hey guys, I wanted to also mention we're getting these beds ready for next year. You also need to consider the seed that you're going to need for your cannabis growing projects this coming next season, spring and summer. So hit the link down below, and you're going to find all these breeders that have put the time in these difficult climates to develop crosses that thrive in this condition. Um, the conditions you'll find here in Oklahoma, soil and that's where a lot of our work, the Unholy Army, has been focused is developing stuff that's going to work well in poor soils outdoor, and that's what you're going to find in all of our lines. That you're going to get hash plants that are going to perform. Even a lot of times, if they're not going to be pushing out all that quality flower, you're still going to see a somewhat of a hash return that you can utilize. And I know for people that are looking for medicine in the medical cannabis legal market in Oklahoma, you'll be able to grow these at home, find the hash you need to make the edibles or whatever it's going to be, because a lot of times it's important to this medical patient that there is a hash production because they need to take this sometimes your outdoor crop all year, right? And that's where our focus has always been too, and helping others and teaching others is if you can get outdoor and again, if you're following the legal guidelines, get these plants outside, grow a volume that you can get that's going to be utilized all year. And so we're always looking to produce flour, hash, hash rosin, and then from there, all of the different things and constituents that'll fall under those after we get those um, put through its paces. So when we're looking for crosses ourselves, we need to make hash because we have needs that have to be met, right? and you got this one shot during the year to do that. So let's do that. It's smart. Do it with your food, right? If you're a person that's using a lot of X, in the kitchen, get out in the garden and put some X in the fucking garden, right? Um, you're using cannabis instead of painkillers, get cannabis in your fucking garden and make sure that that plant is going to do something for you that year instead of break your fucking heart. Because if you're just going to buy boutique seed because you heard online that this shit is awesome, yo, well, guess what, yo? You're in a spot, it's going to cripple under climate. And I hate to break it to you, but especially if you're in a more poor soil, that the immune system's not going to be there for that plant. Look through these breeders, these crosses on this website, and you're going to find stuff that's going to at least perform in a first year garden. And a lot of you have seen us on Instagram in a first year garden bed break a record at two different laboratories for terpene and total cannabinoid production in an outdoor, not just an outdoor plant, but we also beat all the indoor guys as well. Um, and that was kind of fun to do that at both labs. But we did that in a first year garden bed. So you hear me saying, don't bank on your first year beds. Well, don't fucking do it. And I've said we've performed in first year beds, like we just said. We have the paperwork to show this too. But don't depend on it. Don't bank on it. But one thing you can bank on is getting these crosses in your hands and these crosses doing something for you. Indoor, outdoor, hash rosin. You're going to find there's even a lot of crosses between all of us that we've shared with each other. And that's exactly what this is. This is an Oklahoma community that has been focused in this direction for many, many, many years. And now we've just kind of come together and said, let's offer these out for everybody because we want to share it with everybody. And don't make the mistake to think that the best cannabis in the world is going to be found on social media, because it's not. It's grown in backyards and shared with friends. And once you get into this and you start developing this lifestyle for yourself, for your food, and for your medicine, you're going to understand that statement. It's going to ring true to you. Instead of irritating you like it did just now, in the future, you're going to be like, nah, fucking dumbass was right, huh? It's true. Yeah. And then you're going to be proud of yourself. You're going to be proud of the steps you've made to improve yourself. You've become a producer. You've become someone with more self-confidence because you've gone through something and you made it out the other side. You learned something, even in your failures, because that's where you're going to learn most, right? Is in your failures. So go ahead, take the risk, take the step, get out there, do something for yourself, even if it means taking a risk, because in the end, you're going to be thankful for it. And you're going to come back, instead of being in the comments tearing me apart, because honestly, I don't give a shit. You can, I don't give a fuck. Uh, you're going to get down there and say, this fucking guy was right. Yeah, that's because I am. All right. Right now, I am. I'm not always. But right now, I'm fucking right. And to those of you who have served, we salute you. Guys, listen, we're not lawyers, we're not doctors, we're the last fucking people you should be getting legal or health advice from. Take this as a disclaimer, right? We're only sharing anecdotally what's worked for us, what's helped us, what's worked and what's helped others, that we've been in contact with, or we just find it interesting, right? And that's really what this is. And we're interested in life, period. We're interested in this place and where we're at. We're interested in learning these things, but yeah, um, we're not giving you advice on anything. Be a fucking adult and take responsibility for yourself. If you're interested in these areas and you're watching these videos, then that's got to be the reason you're interested in improving yourself to begin with, right? So just take it for what it is. It's just a story and experience we're sharing with others, not legal advice. So it's not health advice. There's no doctor in front of the fucking name. It's just Bear. It's not Dr. Bear. It's not Barroso Dorado Esquire. No, it's not. It's just Bear. And this is some things that the Bear's learned. There's some things the Bear's gonna share with you, but no, no, not Doctor, not Esquire, just this guy. So take it for what it is. All right.